I'm Jane, because this is my 5th year in Rioult. Did 15 years of ballet school training, and I thought I was going to be a ballerina until, you know how somebody says one thing to you and it just clicks. They're like, Jane, you're never going to be in the corps de ballet if you keep trying to do something so different all the time. And that's when I realized maybe the corps de ballet isn't for me. And I've always been interested in creating my own movement. I've always made dances in my living room. That's what brought me to modern dance. Yeah. I like that feeling of learning something new and feeling your brain all scrambled up and just being, I don't know, completely lost. I find it kind of thrilling. The first time I ever saw Pascal's work was, wow, I was in college and they had like 3 different choreographers come and they did Wien. And I just remember being completely blown away. Yeah, so I remember just thinking how incredible that was, never imagining that I would ever get to do any of this work or Wien at all. Yeah, I never thought I would get into the company. I went to like the normal cattle call, and I think there were like, I don't know, 400 other girls. It was at the old Taylor studio. And I don't think Joyce liked what I was wearing, so I had to change. Well, I used to be a big fan of these plastic shorts because they were so comfortable, and I could move, my whole leg was exposed, but I don't have those anymore at all. Yeah, I'm into the jazz pants. Yeah, this work has been really incredible to do. I've learned so much about myself, and every day I feel challenged to be a better person, a better artist, a better dancer. So I'm really fortunate for this opportunity. Yeah, if you look at all the rep, it's completely different, like ranging from Harvest, which is such an early work, and it feels so good, it's so earthy, and then you go to, like, we just performed Views of a Fleeting World today. It's so completely different. I mean, I've never worked with a choreographer whose work has spanned, it feels like completely different time periods, and it's really nice to have that. Well, it's funny because, after 5 years, I feel like, it's hard not to try to finish his sentences. Our quartet is Michael, Stacy, and Robert. And I think when we got in the room, he was like, what am I going to do with these 4 people? And he gave us an image. He was like, you're all isolated individuals. And I was immediately thinking, like, individuals against society, like, so much of that is inherent in his work. Like, it's just an interesting dynamic. But I think in this, I was just thinking about, they said they were going to film Times Square, and just as an individual in Times Square, you think, wow, even to walk through Times Square, or rush hour in the city, you have to put blinders on, and technology has become the biggest comfort blanket. Like, you put your iPod on, instead of calling people, you text them, you get on Facebook. But to have a quartet of everybody who is just trying to find this complete harmony and to find exactly what Pascal wants, even though we're not really sure, it's kind of like this amazing juggling act that we all catch the ball, and they all fall at different times. So I love making work. That's my favorite things to do. The first time I did Black Diamond, it was on that rig stage, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna be fine. I had a nightmare about it, but then I thought, okay, whatever. I've had stage fright before. I've had paralyzing stage fright. But I literally thought I was going to throw up. I was like, Mariana, I don't know, I might have to get off the platform. I think I'm gonna throw up right now. And I never felt like, you know, it's like, but that's when I was like, okay, take a deep breath. And I had to actually meditate on the platform in the dark. I think that was like the most paralyzing moment. And then I was fine. Like, you know, before I knew it, I took 2 deep breaths and the curtain went up and I was like, well, the time to be sick is over. Yeah, adrenaline kicked in. It was a very emotional time for Pascal and the company because his mother had just passed away, and she was an avid music lover. She taught piano, she loved choral music, and the Great Mass is such an epic choral piece. In a way, it was really special to create that movement because it felt like, yeah, I know he felt like his mother was probably in the room or something. There's a part in the beginning where I just stand still and the whole chorus is going really crazy and I'm wrapped in like the fabric, and it's such an intense moment because I'm not moving, but and I have to come out and like do a lot of dancing. So it was like nerve-wracking, but in a way it felt like everything going on in the front was inside me. So I mean, that's one of the parts that's very challenging, but I also love at the same time. There's one part in Carnatus where I interweave between the couples and I almost like mimic the movements and I make them happen, and it's really interesting, sort of like I was like wind in between people, bringing them together or pushing them together or pulling them apart and making them realize they want to be together. So that part's really fun. It was such a gift to be able to be part of the process, and you know, I think it was very, what's that word? Oh, when you, like, it was healing in a way for him. You know, people ask me, they're like, do you really love what you do? And you know, yes, I really do. And I couldn't do anything else. It's just some days, you know, you have to realize it's not like a regular job, you know? It's not like we clock in and say, okay, I'm gonna do this assignment and then that'll be done. I mean, it's really, I've never been pushed so hard in my life in such a good way. I mean, I didn't even know I had that much to give. You know, I think that's one of the most rewarding things that I see in everybody here. Like, just when you think you've given everything, you find you even have more. And it's just this, like, fountain of youth sort of thing, you know, it's pretty amazing. You don't even know where it comes from, and the best part is we really do feed from each other, and we give so much to each other. And I think it's really amazing. I've never had that sort of relationship in a company before in my life.